Out viruses, hijacking social media accounts, and attacking computer networks. Those may sound like hackers' techniques, but they're also in the arsenal of Britain's spies. According to leaks from Edward Snowden, RT's Polly Boyker takes apart the tactics being used by GCHQ.
The list of GCHQ's latest antics reads a bit like a cartoon villain's manual. Edward Snowden's revealed that a covert unit within the agency is messing with targets' social media accounts. So they're changing their profile pictures on Facebook, they're posting and deleting statuses, and they're sending cryptic messages to their friends and family containing disinformation about them. Now, GCHQ's Joint Intelligence Threat Research Group even uses unwitting journalists to funnel information about potential targets. And they're also into honey traps. They pose as attractive women online in order to get potential targets to meet with them in person.
I think what's unique in this area, it's the first public proof that we've seen that serious issues of illegality have been brought forward. The interference with other people's communications, the violation of the privacy of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. If the government knows everything about you, information is power, and then they have enormous power over you. We always say something interesting here with all these revelations. When does the blackmail start?
GCHQ isn't a spy agency like MI5 or MI6. It's a government agency tasked with collecting and analysing data. And yet these most recent revelations show that their arsenal includes sending viruses and launching denial-of-service attacks against websites.
The attempt to do denial-of-service attacks on organizations they don't like are deliberate attempts to obstruct, to deceive. I think was the phrase they used. They call it deny, disrupt, degrade, and deceive. I mean, it's like a James Bond movie. But this is the stuff they're doing and have been doing for years. But this is the first proof that anybody's had that they've actually done it.
And yet hackers who don't work for GCHQ face prison if they do the same. And those campaigning for civil liberties here in Britain say they want to know why. Polly Boyko, RT, London.
And GCHQ may be playing dirty, but it's still lagging behind its larger partner, America's National Security Agency, when it comes to the scale of its spying operations. An Internet freedom campaigner told us that mass online surveillance is making people increasingly reluctant to speak out.
I don't see anybody advocating for the removal of curtains in everybody's house because we have nothing to hide. I think that there's an expectation of privacy here in the U.S. and around the world that's not being respected. And when that expectation is not respected, free speech suffers. We are much less willing to speak our minds online or offline if we know we're being watched and recorded and tracked. We're much less willing to engage in political activism, to assemble, to organize ourselves for whatever causes we believe in if we feel like the authorities are watching our every move. And even if the authorities right now might not necessarily be antithetical to the things that we believe in, maybe the next president or the next Congress or the next government will be, and they'll be able to use all of this data that they're collecting against us.
If you're a regular internet user, you've probably perused a message board or comment section of a website and wondered why so many people write inflammatory, horrible, and downright insane diatribes. After all, in real life, most people don't communicate with each other through racist, homophobic, and nasty insults. So is it merely anonymity leading to this type of vitriol on the internet, or is something else at play? Well, thanks to a newly released Edward Snowden document by journalist Glenn Greenwald, we now know some of these comments probably aren't coming from members of the general public at all. In an article titled, "How Covert Agents Infiltrate the Internet to Manipulate, Deceive, and Destroy Reputations," Greenwald outlines how intelligence agencies use online troll tactics to influence real-world outcomes. The documents were obtained by Greenwald from the UK's NSA counterpart, GCHQ, and its uber-secretive Joint Threat Research Intelligence Group unit, or JTRIG. See, JTRIG's mission is to destroy the reputation of specific targets by both releasing false and damning information about them and manipulating cyber conversations to affect public perception. And this program goes way beyond just posting nasty comments, guys. According to the top secret slides, which were shared with intelligence agencies in the US, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, JTRIG employs tactics such as honey trapping, where online affairs are created for blackmail purposes, changing the target's photos on social networking sites, writing blogs pretending to be a victim of the target, and even emailing and texting incriminatory messages to the target's friends and colleagues. But JTRIG doesn't just stop at sabotaging specific individuals online. The unit also employs tactics for taking down entire companies. These tactics include leaking confidential business information to other corporations or the press, posting negative information on online forums, and getting involved in business deals to ruin relationships. And just in case JTRIG's agents are still confused about what their mission exactly is, another site explicitly states that the whole purpose of the program is, quote, using online techniques to make something happen in the real or cyber world. All of this is summed up in the catchy slogan of the 4 Ds: deny, disrupt, degrade, and deceive. How cute.